I do a podcast with my parents. I don't know if you see it. So a lot of people don't believe like my parents are like this. So go to my YouTube channel where my special is, and you can see a podcast. I do a lot of podcasts with my parents. Their clips have gone viral, millions of views, right? Like it's crazy. People love them. Anyway, so I asked my dad and mom how they met. My mom goes, so I met your dad at a bar. And then my dad goes, I met her at a strip club. She was on a pole, you know? Clip got 3-4 million views, right? They live in Houston. And my mom said, I hate your show. So many people think I'm stripper. She goes, a lady said, I didn't know strip clubs. They had strip clubs way back then. She was like, shut up. So she wanted me to, she was in my car this morning because they're visiting my son. It was his birthday. She goes, whenever you're out, tell people I was never a stripper. So she wasn't a stripper. They met at a bar that had a pole.
I've also told my son that if he's on a date and it's not going well and he doesn't want a second date, but the girl wants to kiss him at the end of that date, well, just don't. Because that's going to be a real awkward situation later on. It's going to be awkward for sure in those 5 minutes. But that's okay. That's 5 minutes. You don't want to have that shit go on forever. And if you don't believe me, why don't you call Aziz, see what he thinks about it. That come out of the mic wrong? What happened? Aziz got in trouble for having a bad date. He's a famous comedian, for those of you that don't know. And there was a girl that he went on a date with, and he wanted to have sex with that girl, and she wanted a famous boyfriend, and neither of that worked. There is so much dumb on both sides of this story, it is mind-blowing to me. For those of you that never read the article, here's what happened. They got home from dinner, she sat on his kitchen counter, and then they both agreed that he was going to put his this part on her this part. Immediately when they got home. It's like a kid hitting a ball at Little League and running right to third. I mean, yeah, it's adorable, but there are rules here. Then they both agreed that she was going to put her this part on his this part 2 times. Gentlemen, I think we can all agree that no means no every single time. But what about, even then for sure. But then ladies, you also have to agree that no one can hear you saying no when you voluntarily put their dick in your mouth 2 times. In the article, she was quoted as saying, he wasn't getting my nonverbal cues. Well, where I'm from, sucking a dick is not a good one. I'm not having any fun. I mean, that is not how you call Uber. Everybody knows that. Everyone knows. It's an app.
I've been here 2 weeks. Which is long enough to know you're fucking insane. Here's my impression of every person I've met in Alaska. I'm like, why do you live in Alaska? They're like, well, I came up for a week. Been here 89 years now. Also, I'm wanted for manslaughter. It's mostly manslaughter. I can't be near Virginia. And you're not impressed by anything. Nothing will impress you. I was hanging out in the ocean during this tour. The ocean. And I saw a fish. And I reached down and I grabbed it. And I caught it with my hands. And I picked it up. I was like, holy shit, I just caught a fish with my hands. And the guy I was with goes, that happens. What? Where? No, it doesn't. Did you see Castaway? It took him so long. This is the first time. And he goes, it's time, get over it. What's that mean? Then later that day, we went to this hot dog stand, and it said, reindeer dogs, Alaskan style. I was like, I gotta get one of those. I just want to try it, all right? I gotta see what Alaskan style is. And the guy gave it to me, and it was a bare hot dog. There was nothing on it. And I said, what makes this Alaskan style? And he said, for real, you can put whatever the fuck you want on that hot dog. And then he pointed to condiments. That happened. He was basically just like, the government won't watch you eat that hot dog. That's Alaskan style. And then he said, that's $11. And there's barely any reindeer in that. You got fucked, idiot. Tourist. You guys, I've never been to a state where you treat planes like fucking buses. I've never been on a plane before until this tour where it landed and it said, this isn't your stop. Sit tight. Some people are gonna get off, some other people are gonna get on, and then we're gonna go back into the sky. What? Why? Oh, it's the milk run. I still don't get it. What's the milk run? Do they not have milk here? Are we delivering milk? Am I part of a milk truck right now? Why can't Cordova get milk, but you know how to get oil fucking everywhere? You figured that out in the 70s. It's 2023. They're like, we gotta fly the milk over to Sitka. Get it together. I don't want to stop in Yak Attack, okay? I do not want to stop in Yak Attack. And I did. And I tried to get off, and they shamed me.
I got married last May, everybody. Thank you. She wants to have a kid, you know? And to be honest, I don't really want to have a kid. I was never against having kids, but I'm 47 now, and I don't want to have a kid because, number one, I've seen too much, and number two, I don't want to be a modern parent because now you have to be with the kids all the time, you know? You can't just be a parent, now you have to be their friend, and I don't want any kid friends, they're shit company, you know? I want to be a parent like my mother and father in the 1980s. And truth be told, I would have a kid tomorrow if I could parent my kids the way that I was parented. Because my parents were never fucking with us. My mother's favorite thing to say was, get out of my sight. That was her favorite thing to say, get out of my sight. You know, if we came home from school, if we were in the house more than 2 minutes and it wasn't raining, she'd be like, what are you doing in my house? Get the fuck out of my house. Are you watching all my children? No? Then get the fuck out of the house. It's not your time. Myself and my brothers would disappear for hours on our own, unattended, out on the street. The only thing that would bring us home was hunger and the moon. That was it. Outside on our own, unattended. And of course, guys my age, people, my friends, we love to wax lyrical about the good old days of going outside to play on your own. And then young people always say, yeah, but you could go outside and play back in the day because society was safer back then. Wrong. Society was not safer back then. We just didn't know how unsafe it was. Watch any of these Netflix documentaries. They all begin the same way. Somebody goes, back then we just didn't know. We didn't know. We were clueless. Predators everywhere. A van could have pulled up and been like, hey kids, get in. We would have been like, yeah, we've seen Scooby-Doo. Let's ride. Let's go. Once we don't go to the abandoned amusement park, I think we're going to be okay. Outside on our own, unattended, in the 80s in New York. This is what makes me laugh. People are like, oh, society was safer back then. You watch any of these fucking documentaries about the 80s in New York? It was fucking chaos. Plus, we were on the street, no fucking speed bumps, no four-way stop signs, no fucking parents, just two-hand touch on the street, and we were fine. Now you can't go outside even though society's safer. I feel bad for these kids. Society's safer and they can't go out and enjoy it. Parents are like, don't go out there. There's peanuts out there. Don't go out there. There's peanuts. And yes, I know there were some children kidnapped in the 1980s. But I think It's a worthy sacrifice for 7 or 8 kids on a milk carton for the millions upon millions of happy childhoods that happened as a result of their sacrifice, and it has not gone unnoticed. Thank you for your service. And I know that seems a bit cold, but there's some insurance people here going, that is a good analysis, actually. Risk assessment-wise. You're enjoying that more than everybody else.
My girl just stopped drinking altogether. She had to quit. That sucks. I mean, good health-wise, I guess. But man, her good times drunk were great. Those fun hours were great, but never got through a full night without the bad coming around the corner. I never knew her recipe, but I could tell you around 3 shots of tequila, she ruled. She beat the bar trying to get pussy for both of us. And then one more sip of alcohol, I gotta stop her from fighting a cop or something. She's like, you fucking pig, you're all pigs. And I'm like, she's Every guy knows that about his girl. Your chick is one sip of alcohol between the best blowjob of your life or yesterday's spaghetti in your dick hair. And then you gotta be cool. You're like, no, it's fine. You're trying not to puke. It's totally no. You gotta pull it out. You're like, no, I don't care. We're all adults here. Sorry, guys, that's a very graphic pantomime. You could almost see those noodles reverse plinkoing through my beaver. That was so descriptive. It's cool, we're all adults. I try to stop saying the term I'm an adult. I've never meant it once when I've said it. It's an overused term. I'm an adult. I've only used it to get our way. That's all any guy does, right? If you want to do something nobody else wants to do, you're like, I don't give a shit, I'm doing it anyway. I'm an adult. And then if you don't want to do it, you're like, I don't have to do it. I'm a fucking adult. And that's how I use it. Opposite sides of the same argument, I'll use. Any guy will. If you're early dating with somebody and the dude wants to fuck and the girl goes, I would, but I'm on my period, so the guy would be like, I don't give a shit about that. Little blood on my dick, I'll fuck right through that period. I'll put a towel down. If I don't give a shit, I'm an adult. And then be living together for like 5 years. And she gets horny on her period one day. She's like, babe, I'm on my period, but I'm so horny. You're gonna be like, I don't know, babe. It's like, I gotta put a towel down. There's gonna be blood all over my dick. It's like, I gotta wait a few days. I'm an adult. What, am I gonna fuck every day? Am I gonna fuck every day now? Now I'm the fuck every day guy? Come on, grow up. Be an adult. Fucking getting hammered? What are you drinking? You don't even know? You're a black woman and you just let a white bald guy buy you a drink and not tell you what it was? You're just taking his word for it. Wow. That's progress. Pretty chill. You're a couple, I assume. Nice. First black woman for you? I didn't think so. First white dude for you? Not a chance in hell. Is it really? He was the first? What kind of pressure was that, dude? When you were gonna show her first white dick ever, dude? Damn, man, you were fucking fighting for a whole race of people in that moment. You don't even know that's her forever thought of white dicks. I wouldn't disgrace white men by being the first white dick a black woman saw. No way in hell. No way in hell. He's got a biggie, huh? Thicky? Yeah. She got tired of those black longies, right? Coming out of her butthole like a goddamn nose piercing. I'm sorry, I'm very descriptive. It's colorful language. First white dude, what happened? You started wanting to sit at work again? You can't take those black dick poundings and have a sit-down job. It's gonna take you 25 minutes to get in your chair. You're gonna be like, oh, it still stings. Ooh. Like, you want to go get lunch? You're like, no. Bring me back a hot dog. You were just ready. Has your family met him yet? Yeah? Does he go to the barbecues and they all laugh while he dances? Yo, Tommy, do that dance you said. Watch this, motherfucker. Do your dance, see you do. Does his family do awkward, like black shit when you're around? They made collard greens for you? Nuh-uh. They tried? Really? They presented this like the food of your people? Damn. I hope your old white mom came out on dashiki and shit. We're down. We're players. You know, I blew a security guard to go to a Parliament concert once. Flashlight. Crowd's too white to get those sick black references. Maybe I should look into a black woman. Vicky. Impressive. Impressive. Were you nervous to go on a date with a white guy for the first time? It's time for a change. Yeah. Somebody needed a co-signer for a Kia Sportage. Hell yeah, dude. Hey, boo. You mind throwing your John Hancock down?
But to keep my sanity, I ended up doing stand-up at night. And I developed this character who, instead of taking all the things that people said I was doing wrong in local news and fixing them, which I did, and I still got fired, I took all the things people said I was doing wrong and I doubled down on them. And that is where the Man to Walk Minute character came from. Thank you. But it wasn't called the Man to Walk Minute yet. That happened when I was doing a bringer show at the Comedy Store in LA. And a bringer show is where you bring all these comedians together who can't sell tickets, and they're like, invite your friends, invite your friends. And I not only invited my friends, I bought tickets and I gave them away to my friends. And they still didn't show up. But all the other comedians had friends that loved them, and they showed up. And I said to this packed house at the Comedy Store in LA, I said, is anyone from the Midwest? And a bunch of people raised their hands. And then I said, is anyone from Wisconsin? And one guy had his hand up. I says, where are you from, sir? He goes, I'm from Manitowoc. Okay, how do you like LA? He goes, honestly, the old-fashioned suck eggs. You are from Manitowoc, sir. And that was the guy I named the Man to Walk Minute after. Speaking of the Man to Walk Minute, welcome to the Man to Walk Minute, the most trusted news show in all of the Midwest. This week's episode is sponsored by the Valparaiso Vasectomy Clinic over there in Indiana. They got a special going right now. Get one side done, the other side's a freebie. In office, no scalpel. No. They're just using the hacksaw they borrowed from Carl's truck and trailer repair. This week's episode is also brought to you by the Keg and Kettle Bar and Grill. If anyone found a tooth at the Keg and Kettle tonight between midnight and closing, please message or call the bar. Now, I don't want to get political here, but this is why you always wear your mask to a bar. That way your chiclets will never fall far from your beer hole. Okie dokes, let's get these headlines done real quick once. Hudson Mayor suggests ice fishing could lead to prostitution. Some of you are skeptical, but no, I got video evidence of this.
Additionally, if you open this up to ice fishing, while on the surface it sounds good,
Sure do.
then what happens next year? Does someone come back and say, I want an ice shanty
Oh, yeah.
on Hudson Springs Park for X amount of time?
Yeah.
And if you then allow ice fishing with shanties,
Catch more fish.
then that leads to another problem,
Walleye depletion.
prostitution.
Huh?
Now you got the police chief and the police department involved.
Guy, what kind of bait are you using?
Just data points to consider.
Yeah, no.
But there's been a development in the story, ladies and gentlemen. Ohio mayor quits after going viral for saying ice fishing leads to prostitution. He's done so. In other mayor news, Hartford mayor faces opposition after fumbling gun at meeting.
Mayor Tim Mahalik handgun slips from his pants with a thud. The gun is seen dropping here in slow motion and highlighted before Mahalik quickly picks it up.
Whoa. Always dropping things? I'm sorry, but that is what you say after you drop your iPhone 11, not your Smith & Wesson, okay? Now, somehow, he won re-election. This guy don't know how to conceal or carry, but he won re-election. And this wasn't the first time he fumbled his gun either. That video came to light after he fumbled it again inside a sheriff's department or something like that. I'm like, geez Louise, where did you get your concealed carry? The Chicago Bears? What's going on? Oh, yeah. Do I got any Bears fans in the audience right there? You know, I know. Oh, don't boo them. Don't boo them. Your losses are our joy, and I thank you for being here tonight. I do. Let's keep her moving. South Milwaukee home sold with 4 toilets right next to each other. That's called a number 2x4. Where's the beef? Cow spotted at McDonald's drive-thru. This guy then took his aquarium to a fish fry. Kohl's says it's no longer a department store. Now, folks, this is actually very problematic for me. I didn't read the article. I don't know the details, but this is not good because for the past 10 years, when a bunch of you have been investing in Bitcoin, I myself have been doubling down on a different currency, Kohl's Cash, and I am very concerned about my investment portfolio. Let's keep her moving. Police respond to Marshfield woman acting like a deer. What was she doing? She was running out into traffic just looking at Corollas. Speaking of deer, Walmart employee tackles deer. Now, if you want to get a job at a Walmart anywhere other than the Midwest, it's a pretty simple and standard application process. They want to know, are you a people person? Are you good at counting money? You get your ass over to Baraboo, all they want to know is, hey, when was the last time you mounted a doe? Let's see the 4-point stance. Frank, we got to keep her. I tell you that right now. Jeez Louise, Tiff, you're hired. Let's keep her moving. Other deer news. Herd up. Oshkosh bar damaged after herd of deer scatters on patio, crashes through window, but at least the happy hour's a buck off, you know? Let's keep her moving. Wisconsin dairy breaks own record for longest string cheese. And if you think that's impressive, the next week they broke the record for longest time without a bowel movement. Let's keep her moving. Arcadia raccoon is in the middle of the road. It appears he has been hit. Caller gave the raccoon a cheese curd and is on the shoulder of the road with the animal. Sometimes we get so Midwest nice, we also get rabies. And that's just the way it goes, folks. Let's keep her moving. Oh, this is a doozy. Barron County Sheriff's Department. Everyone notice the date. October 23rd. The ice is not ready yet. And before you ask, yes, alcohol was a factor. Speaking of alcohol, Budweiser declares itself the official beer of up north. 2 words to that. Yeah, no. Let's keep her moving. Big Jake, the world's tallest horse, dies in Wisconsin. Oh, and I can tell by that response, you're not gonna like this next joke, but if you want to visit Big Jake's memorial, all you gotta do is go to the glue aisle at your nearest Fleet Farm. Told you wouldn't like it. Let's keep her moving. Wild turkey flies through UW Eau Claire window. Now, this is the first time in recorded history a wild turkey has flown into a UW Eau Claire window. Usually them suckers is flying out and that bottle is empty. And it is time now for the Craigslist kicker. This is where I find the most amazing things in all the Midwest listed on Craigslist, ready to be scooped up, and today is no exception. We got a Packers Davenport, $50, Green Bay, best seats in the house. Smells like beers, hence the price, no low balls. Well, folks, I hope this was the best minute of your life. As always, go Packers, and God bless you all. Now, I did my first Man to Walk Minute back in 2017, and I did it not expecting to do a second one. But all of you liked it, and you shared it, and there were so many good views on it. I was like, well, geez, Louise, I got to do another. And I want to thank all of you for being the reason I'm up here today. So thank you all so much. Thank you so much. And I also want to give a special thanks to the great city of Manitowoc, Wisconsin, because without their support, I would not have this at all. I'm not from Manitowoc, but they've embraced it, and they've embraced me, and I love them so much. And I don't know why they embraced it, you know, the way they did. I think it might have something to do with, like, in 2016, when you Googled Manitowoc, the only thing that popped up was making a murderer, and that's not fair to that great city. And I think the city collectively was like, God, please send us a hero. And then there was me. Hey there, folks. Welcome to the Manitowoc Minute. And Manitowoc was like, God, you've got a cruel sense of humor, but we'll take it. Okay. And since then, I've been trying to spread the wisdom of the Midwest throughout the land. And that, yes, there's so much wisdom here. And that wisdom ends with the Midwest goodbye. How many of you have experienced the Midwest goodbye? Show of hands. Keep those hands up if you've experienced the Midwest goodbye lasting more than 4 hours and you had to call a medical professional. Now, there are several steps to a proper Midwest goodbye. Everybody knows the first step. You slap your knee and say, well, I suppose.
And the ultimate example of we didn't know, Michael Jackson. We didn't know. And he didn't give us any signs. Who would have thought that a glow-in-the-dark skeleton who dressed like Napoleon and lived by himself in an abandoned amusement park with other people's children and a feral chimp would have such a creepy dark side? And if you get to the point in your life When you wake up one morning and think, you know, I need a chimp. You're doing too much. Chimpanzees are horrible animals. If you've ever read a newspaper story about someone who's been attacked by a chimpanzee, the wounds are always horrific. And they're always the same. Because chimpanzees are born with this thing called an attack protocol. Chimpanzees are born knowing how to kill you. The first thing a chimpanzee does when it attacks you, and I'm going to tell you. I want you to know. They say that when a bear attacks you, you're supposed to make yourself look as physically imposing as you possibly can and speak very soothingly. The trial and error that went into figuring that out is written in the blood of campers. Bear! Mersey dotes and dozy dotes and little emsy timey. Don't sing pop songs from the 30s. Next! But bears are so stupid. Bears think we all walk around with shit in our pants. Because everyone they've ever caught well, we're 12 for 12, you tell me. Let's just eat the top half and go find some garbage. Should we tell them we speak English? Why? So we can talk about the shit in their pants? Here's your head. The first thing a chimpanzee does when it attacks you, it breaks your jaw. So you can't bite it. Then, it chews your hands off. So you can't claw it. And then, it tears your genitals off. I guess so you won't rape it. Chimpanzees are so full of themselves. They actually think that even after they've broken your jaw, chewed off your hands, you're still gonna be trying to get him into the sack. Like there are guys chasing them through the jungle. You wouldn't have chewed my hands off if you didn't want it. You wouldn't have come out of the tree if you weren't into it, lady. Yes, my jaw is broken. And my hands are chewed off. And you know what else? I'm tired of all the games. And now, I'm going to tell you all a terrible story. That happened to some children. at the Neverland Ranch. Yes, I am. And when I'm done, you're going to laugh. You think that you won't, but you don't have all the information. As everyone knows, Michael Jackson had a chimp named Bubbles, and Bubbles was adorable when it was a baby, because everything is adorable when it's a baby. Rattlesnakes are adorable when they're babies. But then Bubbles grew up and became an adult male chimp, very powerful, very unpredictable, and with the potential for great physical violence. So Bubbles was put into a cage and moved off the beaten path there at the old Neverland Ranch. But Make-A-Wish kids would come to the ranch and they wanted to see Bubbles. And Bubbles would hurl his feces at them, which was not their stated wish. And what you end up with is kids in wheelchairs on grass trying to evade cannonballs of monkey shit. And I like to imagine what that must have looked like to the sound of Louis Armstrong's "What a Wonderful World." I see trees of green. Red roses too.
I want to be an ally to women. I want to be like, I want a feminist, right? I want to be an ally to women, right? I want to be. We just got married, but we've been living together for like 5 years now. So like you learn things when you live with a woman. Like all that equality shit we hear about, that's not what women want at all. I didn't know that. That was news to me. Women don't want equality. What do you, maybe in the fucking 60s, but that shit ran its course. The girls my age don't want to vote. I'm like, babe, you gonna vote? She's like, for what? I don't know what the fuck. They want the double standards to go their way, and they want you to just shut the fuck up and take it. Just tell us that. I want to, don't mask it as something else. Just be honest. Like, I want to be Hitler. Just tell me that. So we can work on that, you know? Like everything you could say in the 50s that was so horrible, women are openly saying it now about us, and no one gives a shit. No one cares. Back in the 50s, it's like, shut the fuck up, honey. Men are talking. And it's like, oh God, I agree. That's fucking disgusting, right? You put on The View, it's like, men, shut the fuck up. Women are talking. And I'm like, yes, they are. I'm like, okay, I don't know how this is gonna work because this isn't really how equality works, but okay. Back in the day, don't ever speak for women. Men would speak for women. Like, don't ever speak for a woman. It's like, yeah, I totally fucking agree. Of course. Yes, it's a human being. Don't ever speak for somebody else. Then I go to a barbecue. Hey, Eric, you want a hot dog? He ate already. He's full. You're full. So I go, okay, I don't know how the fuck this is equality, but all right. I hear that shit on the news, social media, equality. I'm like, I'm down for equality, equality. I'm like, equality, equality, equality. You move in with a woman, it's like, we're equals, right? Yeah, can I pick out the color of the couch for the living room? Fuck you, that's my house. Okay, equality though, right? I gotta love equality, right? Try to have an opinion on what color the backsplash will be in your kitchen. See how fucking equal you are, okay? It's horse shit. I get dragged to Home Goods every goddamn weekend. I'm not allowed to buy anything. I get my hand slapped away from the cart like I'm in fucking Toys R Us in 1999. No, put that back. We're not getting that. We don't need that. We don't need that. I'm like, batteries for the remote? Yeah, we do need these. That's why I came here. You want to talk about what we don't need? How about that fucking barn door you're buying that someone turned into a mirror? We fucking need that for what? In case old McDonald comes over one night and needs something to snort cocaine off of? That's what... I don't know who Joanna Gaines is, but I'm gonna fucking kill that bitch. I am gonna kill that bitch. There's gonna be a whole nother massacre in Waco. It's gonna look nothing like the other one. I'm turning into Will Smith. I'm like, keep that bitch Gaines out this fucking house! If I gotta hear another fucking word about shiplap, I'm just gonna kill myself. Because I know, look, some of you probably have great taste. Some of you probably do, but not all of you do, okay? And your house just like it looks like a fucking cookie cutter, first grade classroom. Everything's labeled now. Every girl my age loves to label shit. Oh, this is butter. This is butter. In case you couldn't tell by it being butter, this is butter. Wall. Plate. What do I have, a fucking spelling test in the morning? What are we doing here? Oh my God, babe, that was brilliant. Writing eat above the refrigerator? I was gonna take a shit next to the dishwasher. I thought this was the bathroom. But now I know that's where we eat. Double standard horse shit. Imagine if that was your husband's idea. Imagine if that was your husband's idea. You build your dream home, you're designing it. He's like, babe, listen to this. Then I got a great fucking idea for the kitchen. You know where we eat? Stay with me, babe. Stay with me. I want it to say, eat. Pretty fucking good, right? Would she entertain that? Or would she be like, I'm sorry, he's usually at work. He's usually at work. Equality. Yeah, I know. We get a fucking man cave. That's our consolation prize. What, he gets the man cave? I have 5 floors of whatever the fuck I want. He gets a man cave. It's like, oh yeah, thanks. Thanks, babe. I get to watch the playoffs with the fucking water damage and the mold downstairs. You must really love me. I get to breathe in all this fucking asbestos. I wonder why you live 10 years longer than me. Maybe it's all the fucking mold from the walls. It's insane, bro. There's nothing you can do about it. No one's gonna change. No one's like, oh my God, I'm the problem. Who the fuck says that? No one. I'm very lucky. I have a very good one. I really believe that I found the right woman. We worked on ourselves for each other. I think it's like a great thing. You gotta have a good backbone, especially in this industry. Like it was hard for me. Like it was tough in the beginning of my career because like she's right there with me. If it wasn't for her, I would not be standing here. That's a fact. And like when I was like doing comedy in the beginning, I'd be in some shitty city with like 7 people in the crowd. I'd call her on the phone. She'd be like, I know, babe, I know, but I'm tired. I gotta go to sleep. And I'd be like, okay, yeah, just hold on. Why don't you talk dirty to me? And she'd be like, no, stop. You always want me to say things I don't want to say. Time out. Here's what she means by that, okay? When you're younger, 20, 21, 22, what turns you on is the normal dirty shit, right? Spit on my dick, the usual stuff, right? Gargle my tits, the good old-fashioned, you know the usual shit, right? The stuff your grandma would say. So, oh yeah, because she was a saint. But like, I was, I'm 32 now, so like what turns me on now, I guess, is makes her uncomfortable. Like I'm desensitized. I need something a little bit dirtier, right? So she'd be like, you always want me to say things I don't want to say. And I'm like, wait a minute, babe, this isn't real, okay, please? You're playing a character, okay? This isn't real. No one can hear you. I really need this. She's like, fine, but this is the last time I'm doing this. I'm like, yeah. Come on, baby. You know what I like. Fine. My family gets together way too often. I'm like, oh my God, that's so... Holy shit. Oh, I fucking love when you talk like that. Holy shit. What about your uncle's birthday party? What about it? What about your uncle's fucking birthday party? You don't have to come to his birthday. Holy shit. Oh my God. How many fucking Saturdays do these goddamn people want? I can see if it was like a surprise 50th or a 60th, but the drive all the way to New Jersey for a fucking 47th birthday party is just, okay, you're disgusting. Am I done yet? Please, wait. I'm almost there. I'm almost done. No, stop. I don't want to say that one. Please, I'm almost done. Fine, my mother's a bitch. Just being real, okay? Ladies, just once in a while, break that out, okay? I'm just saying. He will stay with you forever. Don't listen to your friends. I know a lot of you have kids now. You're trying to spice up the sex life. It gets a little boring. Just don't listen to your friends or fucking Vogue at the dentist article. Don't listen to that shit. I'm telling you from a guy, okay? Don't try to be sex like, want me to suck your dick? He's gonna be like, ugh, it's fucking... On your anniversary, just be like, you want to skip my cousin's destination wedding? He's like, oh, fuck, I love you. God damn, I love you. No, I want to spend $5,000 to eat chicken fingers in Mexico. That's what I want to do. But I'm learning a lot living with a woman. I'm learning a lot. And like I said, I want to be a great husband. I want to be a good ally. I don't want to be an asshole guy that oppresses women in any way. Absolutely not. I just want to learn, I should have paid more attention to my mom and my sister because I'm a little worried about her. Like, I don't know if I should go to the doctor or something. Do all women shed this much hair? Is she okay? Because every day after the shower, it's like, who the fuck put a Furby in the bathtub? I don't know what. Are you okay? Living with a woman is basically like living with a German Shepherd if that German Shepherd was a barber and never swept up after a long day of cutting hair. Everywhere. Her hair is fucking everywhere. And it's always all over me in the strangest places. And she never understands what I'm doing. Everything she does is perfectly fine. That's her catchphrase. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. She never fucking understands anything. She loves to say, I don't understand for everything except for, I don't understand. I'll give you an example. I'll be watching TV in the living room. She comes out of the bedroom, she's like, I don't understand. Why is the TV so loud? And I'm like, you don't understand that I like the volume louder than you like? You can't comprehend what's happening right now? But then we go to a taco truck where some sweet little Mexican man starts speaking Spanish to her. The perfect opportunity for, I'm sorry, I don't understand. But instead, because she's 25% Puerto Rican, she's just like, hola, ¿cómo estás? Mucho bienito. I was like, babe, you can't fucking speak Spanish. You're embarrassing me, please. You can't. Yes, I am. She's telling, like, you think living with a woman is gonna be so much cooler when you're younger, You gotta walk home, open the door. She's standing there like in some slutty lingerie outfit, right? Welcome home, baby. I made your favorite. Elio's pizza. Now please, play Grand Theft Auto for 6 hours while I suck your dick. I thought that's what living with a woman was gonna be like. But in reality, I'm like, babe, I'm home. She's like, I don't understand. Why is there cocky stains all over the toilet bowl? What is wrong with your cocky? Every day I'm cleaning your cocky. I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with mine. It's brown. Is yours clear? I don't know where the cocky is. I'm sorry. I did the double flush. It's still there. What, am I gonna stay there all day? When the fuck do you shit, by the way? When do you shit? I don't understand. She's telling me, I don't understand. What's wrong with your cocky? I don't understand how it's physically possible for one of these hairs to come off your head, walk around my apartment, and find its way inside my asshole. That's what I don't understand, ladies. Why is your hair inside my asshole? That's what I don't understand. How did your hair get inside of my asshole every day, by the way? always in the asshole. I'm finding them wrapped around the head of my dick in the shower like he's trying to kill himself. I'm like, there's reasons to live, buddy. Every day I'm like one of those fucking magicians with the colorful rags. I'm like, for my next trick. It's wild. I didn't know that. I didn't know this.